You've all seen no-hit runs done on Elden Ring. You've seen any % no-hit runs, you've seen all bosses no-hit runs, you've seen no-hit runs done on NG+7, you've probably even seen no-hit runs done on NG+1000. But what we've all yet to see is a no-hit run starting at New Game and going all the way to New Game +7, with one character. If you don't know how the New Game mechanic works in Elden Ring, or NG for short, it's pretty simple. Every time you beat the final boss, you have the option to start all over again, back at the beginning of the game and start NG+. The only difference is, you get the opportunity to keep all of your equipment, items, levels, and upgrades. But all the enemies and bosses have increased health, defenses, damage, and poise. Every time you make it to the end of the game, you have the same option to start at the very beginning again, keeping your same character and having all the enemies get stronger and stronger from NG+ to NG+2, and so on, until you reach NG+7, where the game reaches its maximum difficulty. In this video, I'm going to take you through all the steps that I took to beat Elden Ring 8 times in a row without taking a single hit. Also, since this run is so long, staying focused for the entire run and not taking even one silly hit is not as easy as it sounds. In total, I fight about 100 bosses in this entire run. Try to fight any boss 100 times in a row while not taking a hit, and you'll soon realize that silly mistakes are much more common than you'd think. If I just take one tick of damage from a poison attack, if I get grabbed, and even if I get staggered by a boss without taking damage, I have to reset all the way back at the beginning, and restart the 100 boss run all over again. Let's get into it. From the get-go, the run starts pretty similarly to any other no-hit run you'll see in this game, and that's setup. Since I have to prepare for essentially 8 playthroughs of no-hit runs, the setup is going to be a bit more involved than usual, but it's still a lot of the same as a typical no-hit run. After talking to Melina and getting Torrent, I pick up the Flail, the Strength Physic Tier, Golden Val Ash of War, a couple Exalted Flesh, the Physic Flask, and the Axe Talisman before getting the first half of the Dectus Medallion. Then I go to Caelid and I grab the other Dectus half, Radion Soreseal, and Crackblade. Then in Liurnia we kill Blackguard to get the Iron Balls. We dodge the Madness Side to get Howl of Shabriri, and then we head to Altus to talk to Raya. And we enter Volcano Manor where we finally fight our first boss, Godskin Noble. After Noble, we fight Rykard so we can upgrade the Serpent Hunter, and we use it until we can get the fully upgraded Starfists. We also get Assassin's Gambit for stealth throughout the run, and we actually use it immediately to get through Stormvale Castle to kill Godric, where I actually end up getting a fairly rare interaction. I saved the dragon too. Yeah. It's the dragon. If you don't know, if you kill Godric before the phase transition cutscene, then the dead dragon in the arena keeps its head. Since then there's no actual cutscene of Godric cutting the head off. From here we make our way to Draconic Tree Sentinel, and he isn't much of a fight at all with the amount of damage that we have. And pretty much the same thing goes for Margit, Fire Giant, Godskin Duo, and the rest of the bosses that we have in the late game. We also switch to the Starfist after Malekith, which we will be using for the rest of the run. After we kill Elden Beast, I need damage, also 360, 720, 1080, 1440 no scope. I'm just that good, I guess. I decide to do some endgame collection and get the Red Feathered Branch Talisman from the Death-ridden Liurnia for a 20% damage increase at low health. And I get the Spike Crack Tier from the Putrid Avatar in Dragon Barrel, which will become important in later NGs when the poise of the bosses get increased to a point that they don't stagger as quickly as they do in NG. And after all that, we are only 1/8 of the way through the run, and we have 7 NGs ahead of us. If I get hit anywhere, I have to do an entire no-hit run again as my setup. Most no-hit runs maybe have 1 hour of setup, but my setup is literally an entire no-hit run. We then have to enter NG+, where we do almost the exact same thing as NG, except we don't have any more setup to do. And instead of fighting Rykard, we fight Radahn instead for our second Great Rune boss. Oh, and if you're confused as to why I don't have a Great Rune active in my top left corner, it's because the Great Runes don't automatically carry over into the subsequent NGs. Hence, if I wanted to equip either Godric's or Radahn's Great Runes, I would have to travel a few minutes to either Divine Tower in Limgrave or Caelid again and again in each NG. And although the Great Runes would be helpful, they would not be worth taking the time to acquire. This run is already long enough, and the benefits of the Great Runes would be minuscule. Oh, and I also pick up another set of Starfists, so I can have one set that has Crackblade for the majority of the bosses, and one that has Royal Knight's Resolve specifically for Gideon Ofnir. This is so I don't have to worry about remembering to switch the Ash of War every NG when I get to a fight. It's a pretty minor thing, but the fewer annoyances that I have to face on a run this long, the better. We enter NG+2 eventually, And honestly, from here on out, we do pretty much the same thing over and over again until we get to NG+7, which is easier said than done. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I have to fight a total of 100 bosses in this run, and that means I cannot mess up on a single one of them, or else I'm starting all the way at the beginning again. So it looks like we have to make our way through the rest of the 100 bosses in this video somehow, in a timely manner, which might take a long time. Wait, is that montage music? Perfect. Yippee. Save the dragon, dude. Kiss the dragon. Oh, I saved the dragon. I'm so hecking awesome. Kiss the dragon. There we go. Alright, GG's. Oh no. Ooh, I got him. I'm so good at this game, you have no idea, okay? That's how I can get it, dude. Jeez. There we go. There we go. Oh, man. Oh, we got one more. We got one more, dog, I believe. Alright, cool. Oh my god, of course you have to do it, dude. Yay. Why can't you just be normal, dude? Oh, brother. Excuse me if I focus up real quick.
Destined death. Have it stolen.
That's not what I wanted. Let's go! Yeah, dude. No one can tell me that I got just scripted fights over and over again. Oh, brother.
Thy strength befits a crown.
All right. Let's go! That is NG to NG+7. 0 hits taken, dude. World's first, too. Oh my god.